Hello. It's good to see you. Today we are going to be taking a look at pumpkin spice and fall type stuff from Lidl. You know, we did a video not too long ago of all the pumpkin spice and fall stuff at Aldi. And I thought it was only fair, you know, if we're going to do Aldi, we should do Lidl as well. And it is pronounced Lidl in the USA. I made a video about it if you want to see the link in the description. Someone always points out that I'm mispronouncing it. That is actually how it's pronounced here. And I always have to say that. But I was in there the other day and they were just setting up, they had an entire aisle of some of their fall stuff. You know, they have their own little seasonal food section like Aldi does. And I found some of the coolest stuff in there. I really did. I think compared to Aldi's, it's just as good, if not a little better. I mean, I was really impressed with some of the stuff they had. And they already had out some of their fall decorations and things too. Aldi hasn't really started doing that yet. But before we get into that, I have discovered a couple of things that I really love, and I had kind of looked at them in the past, but I never tried them until about a month ago. I love them, and it's not related to this at all. It's this shampoo and conditioner right here, and it's Keratin Studio. It is a Lidl product. It's a repair shampoo. It says it helps damaged hair, and a repair conditioner. Now at my Aldi, these items are available for $2.49 each. So you get an 8.5 ounce tube of the shampoo and a 6.8 ounce tube of the conditioner. I love them. The smell of the shampoo though reminds me of something. It's like it's linked to some kind of scent memory that I have from middle school, because when I first smelled it, I instantly was transported back to middle school, and it made me feel really nervous and uptight. I think it must smell like some kind of shampoo that my mom bought when I was in middle school or something, because it takes me right back to middle school. And if you were like me, I mean, middle school was not a great time. It was very awkward and weird. If you're in middle school right now, honey, I get it, because middle school is just awkward and awful for most people. But once I got past that, I thought, well, I'm going to try it anyway. The smell kind of freaks me out a little bit, but I'm going to try it anyway. The conditioner smells a little different. It didn't really remind me of anything, but the shampoo smells just like middle school to me. But anyway, it makes my hair so soft and smooth, and I love it. And it's only $2.49 per tube. I've almost used up the stuff I bought before, so I bought a couple of new ones while I was in there. And I really like it. I'm gonna keep using it, but I swap out my shampoo from time to time. You know, I kind of rotate through. But I'm gonna add these to my rotation, absolutely. Okay, now we're gonna get into the fall stuff, all the pumpkin spice stuff, maple stuff. Oh my goodness. Now, like always, we're gonna start with the crinkly items first. There's one right here. Look at this. Okay, now this is Snack Day by Lidl. I'm not familiar with that. You know, I'm used to Clancy's and stuff like that. It's Snack Day. I think we should designate a day as Snack Day. I like the sound of that. It's better than snack time. I mean, shoot, you're talking 24 hours. Snack Day. We need to make that a thing. But these are sweet potato chips. Look at that. And it's cinnamon and brown sugar. It actually sounds really good. It's like the candied sweet potatoes I made, but chips. Fantastic. I think didn't we get some sweet potato chips at Aldi? I should see how these compare. Now, they are gluten-free, according to this, and this is a 7-ounce bag. And it's quite full, honestly. Yeah, so it's cinnamon and brown sugar sweet potato chips. And down here you can see little cinnamon sticks and a little bit of brown sugar. Oh, I bet they're wonderful. And stuff like this, I tend to eat this stuff by itself. You know, regular potato chips are good with dips and things like that. Personally, I think something like this would probably be better by itself. So yeah, that's a pretty bag. Look at the pretty little design on it, these little diamonds on it. It looks like it reminds me of those specially selected bags at Aldi, like their super fancy stuff. But I think this is like their everyday stuff. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know. But it's pretty though. Look at a nice little bag of stuff. I look forward to trying that. Okay. We have lots of crinkly bags. I got, let's see. I think I got 2 different kinds of popcorn. This is special popcorn. It's not just your everyday stuff. Naturally flavored. Now this one is a pumpkin spice drizzled caramel corn by Lidl. And look at that pretty picture. Ooh, doesn't that look good? That looks like a fantastic treat. I mean, that's just a dessert right there. And it looks really good. So you have this, the drizzled stuff is it's like a creamy drizzle, and so it's over caramel corn. So it's not just a pumpkin spice drizzle over regular popcorn. It's over popcorn that's already caramel corn. So you've got the sweetness of the caramel, and then you're going to have that the pumpkin spice flavor. Oh my goodness! But this little package just looks so festive and so perfect for fall. You got your little pumpkins and your little trees with the leaves changing color. Oh, here's some more over here. Some more little pumpkins down here. This product is also gluten-free, according to the little symbol on the back. Let's see what this says. Invite the delicious aromas of your favorite seasonal flavors to waft throughout your home. Pumpkin, cinnamon, nutmeg, fresh apples. Find all of fall's greatest hits at Lidl. Like the changing leaves, this product is only here for a limited time, so enjoy it while you can. Well, I'm certainly looking forward to testing it out. Now, this is a 5-ounce bag of this, basically like a dessert popcorn. I mean, I love caramel corn, but I don't think I've ever tried it with pumpkin spice flavor drizzled on it. So that should be a yummy treat. But if you don't like that, this one I may actually like a little bit better. Now this is the same size bag. This is also 5 ounces. This is maple drizzled kettle corn by Lidl. And this looks so yummy. So it's not caramel corn. It's kettle corn. And it's maple. So I love maple. I love anything with a maple flavor to it. So, oh my gosh. It almost looks like it has chocolate on it or something, but I guess that's just what the maple drizzle looks like. It's almost like it's been drizzled with chocolate, but I don't believe so. Yeah, but it looks super yummy. So if you're not interested in the pumpkin spice caramel corn, and if you like kettle corn better, they do have a maple drizzled kettle corn that looks so delicious. You can't actually see it. This is one of those types of bags that doesn't have the clear little window where you can see the stuff. But they do have a nice picture, so you're just going to take their word for it that it looks like this. And I don't know why they would lie to you. I mean, what are they going to gain from that? I do imagine it looks like this. And I tell you, for most of the other products I've tried at Lidl, I'm pretty sure this is going to be very yummy. They have really good stuff. I mean, just like Aldi, a lot of their stuff is just really yummy. So that's your other option, is maple drizzled kettle corn by Lidl. If that's not your favorite kind of thing, look at this. I also found this on the seasonal food aisle. It is salted caramel drizzled mini rice crisps. Now this drizzle is kind of like a beige color. It's almost the same color as the rice cake. So it's just little, they're probably about that big, little mini rice cakes. But they're not as thick and fluffy as a rice cake. It's a rice crisp. So it's going to be a little bit more crunchy. And then over top of that, and you see it's indicated by the little picture here, caramel and salted caramel drizzled over the top of these little mini rice crisps. And that's probably about the actual size. It doesn't say it is, but they're probably about that size. And again, we have the pretty fall pictures. We've got our little fence going here. The leaves are falling over here on the side. And another little tree. And each one of them has the same little blurb on the back that we read a minute ago, these two little sections here. And again, you see the little pictures of the caramel with the sea salt and some leaves, pretty leaves. All the leaves around here have already started to change. I noticed that yesterday morning when I went out to the gym yesterday morning, and I noticed on the way there that some of the leaves are starting to turn a little bit. And there's just a little bit of a chill in the air some mornings. It's not every morning yet, but it's so neat the first time you go out and you feel that slightest little bit of a change. It's a little cooler. The humidity's not quite there. Oh, it's invigorating. I love it. Because usually by then I'm kind of sick of being hot and sweaty in the heat. This summer hasn't been that bad though. Overall, it hasn't gotten that hot. Last summer was brutal. It was so hot last summer. This one wasn't quite as bad, so I'm going to miss it a little bit more this time, I think, when it goes away. Last summer, I was glad when summer went away. But if you still haven't found a snack you like, maybe this will do it. Now, this is a limited edition, just like the others. It looks a little extra special. Creative Snacks Company. This is maple pecan yogurt covered pretzels. And I love yogurt pretzels. I don't even care what flavor they are. I think they're all yummy. But I've never tried a maple pecan yogurt pretzel. And it says it's also flavored with other natural flavors too. I don't believe this is an Aldi brand, or have it. I don't believe this is a Lidl brand. There's no... Oh, it's not. Look at this. This is packed by Creative Snacks Company in High Point, North Carolina. How about that? I'm not familiar with them. Well, High Point's not too far away. But they look so delicious. And this is a 9-ounce bag. Of the other ones I showed you, the only one of those bags that was resealable was the bag of the mini crisps, and I forgot to show you that, but it was like this right here. You're going to have these little notches at the top where you tear this off, this top, and you get out what you want. And whatever's left, there's a little zipper seal in here that you just press it closed, just like a Ziploc bag. You can seal it up, so you don't have to go find a container to put them in, which is really nice. Look at that pretty little, it's like a little placemat sitting on the table, and we have a little pile of pretzels on it, just a few. How many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these lovely little maple pecan yogurt pretzels. Oh, they look delicious. I bet they are. And if they're from High Point, they didn't have to travel too far to get to our Lidl. So I'm sure they're really fresh. But again, that is a limited edition, so you're not going to be able to get that all the time. If you want to try it, now is the time. We have a little maple leaf here in orange and like a brick red, almost the same color as my nail polish. Maple pecan yogurt pretzels flavored with other natural flavors. And that again is from Creative Snacks Company. And it looks like they have a little almond in their logo. It looks like an almond. It might be one of those pods from Invasion of the Body Snatchers, so we might want to proceed with caution, but I believe I think it's an almond. Looks like an almond. Anyway, this is their snack. One of their snacks. I'm sure they have more. Oh, these are aggressively crinkly. I should have done these first. These look fabulous. I have 2 versions of these. Now these are from Stouffer's. It looks like Staufffer''S. And I should know that brand because they've been around here forever. they make ginger snaps, and my mother loves ginger snaps. That's her favorite. That's probably her favorite cookie is ginger snaps. But these are artificially flavored apple pie snaps. I didn't even know they made stuff like this. I think I've seen chocolate flavored little snaps. It's just these little cookies, and they're about that size. They're not too big. Quality since 1871. My mom probably wouldn't be interested in these. Really, she only likes the ginger snaps. But this is a 14-ounce bag of apple pie snaps. Now, I do like apple pie, so I'd be really curious to see if these little apple pie snaps actually taste like apple pie. It says that it's an original recipe. And up here, there's a little dotted line that shows you where to cut the bag. It's not resealable, though. My mom, when she would buy a bag of these, normally she would just get out what she wanted and put the rest in a little Tupperware container or something like that and just set it on the counter. And it doesn't really tell you much about it. Well, on the back, it's Stauffer, Stauffer Biscuit Company from York, Pennsylvania. I've been to Pennsylvania several times in my life. My dad had a good friend up there. My dad was in Vietnam, and he had a good friend of his that he met in Vietnam who lived in, I cannot remember the name. It was some little town in Pennsylvania. And we went up there one summer for a few days when I was a kid to go visit him. Really nice guy. He's very funny. And I remember he had kids about my age and my brother's age, and they lived in this suburban area. And we would play with them and go play with the kids down the street. And I remember all the kids were just amazed by the way my brother and I talked. They had never heard anybody talk like us. And they were just mesmerized by it. And I didn't really pay much mind to it then. But it's interesting to look back on that like they were. They would try to get us to say all different kinds of things. And they were just fascinated. But they were some of the nicest people up there. Such nice people. His wife was a really good cook. I remember that. She made this lasagna that was so amazing. It's funny the things you remember. You know, I might have been, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old. I still remember how good that was. Many years ago. Almost 40 years ago. Anyway, Stauffer's. So that is an A. I thought it was. It almost looks like an O, but it's not. Stauffer's, I don't know. Apple pie crisps. So that is a pretty good sized bag. It's 14 ounces. But there's another flavor that they had. I'm going to show you that one now. We also have pumpkin spice snaps. And back here you can see a picture of a little slice of pumpkin pie with whipped cream on it. And 2 pumpkins behind the cookies. Pumpkin spice snaps. And again, it says it's an original recipe. It's also a 14-ounce bag. It's beautiful. They kind of have an orange tint to them. The other ones were just kind of beige looking. These are slightly more orange. So I'm kind of curious to see what these taste like, because in my mind, if I'm eating one of these cookies, it should taste like ginger snap. So it's probably going to confuse my brain. Because I've been eating their ginger snaps since I was little. Every now and then, maybe once a year, my mom would buy a bag of ginger snaps. She wouldn't buy them very often. She almost never bought anything that was even remotely sweet. She just was very against anything with sugar, you know, any kind of sweets or anything like that. We almost never had stuff like that. But I would work all week and take my allowance and buy sweets because I have an insatiable sweet tooth. I always have. I'm a sucker for sweets. But anyway, these are pumpkin spice snaps. Quality since 1871. And I don't think they've been making pumpkin spice and apple pie snaps that long. But I'm assuming that means they've been in business since 1871. So yeah, we have pumpkin spice snaps and apple pie snaps. And again, those are in the seasonal food section of Lidl. It's not with like the regular cookies and stuff like that. Okay. We also have some lovely almonds. Now, we did get some coated almonds from Lidl or from Aldi. These are from Lidl. These are a little different though. These are snickerdoodle flavored almonds, and they have this coating on them. And it's like those cocoa dusted almonds, which are so good. Oh my goodness. It's kind of like that coating, but this is a snickerdoodle flavor coating on these almonds from Lidl. And oh, and see down here you can see some little snickerdoodle cookies, which are so good. I did a video, I think, making snickerdoodle cookies one time. I'm pretty sure I did. This is a 14-ounce bag. And again, this one up here has some little notches on it where you can tear it. And it also tells you that it's resealable. And you can see the little zipper seal that runs across the top. I think these were $4.99 for this 14-ounce bag of these snickerdoodle flavored almonds. They had a couple of other flavors, but I think they were very similar to the ones from Aldi. This one was different though. I really wanted to try this one. I love snickerdoodle cookies, so I thought those were, and I love almonds, so I thought it would be interesting to try the two together. Okay. And we have these two things are kind of similar. Look at these are little clusters of maple, cinnamon, apple, walnuts. It's little walnut clusters. Oh, that looks so good. Oh my goodness. With maple, cinnamon, apple flavor. Naturally flavored. Look at that. That look delicious. Oh my gosh. Oh, and I love walnuts. Love them. I'll just eat them by themselves. Like I'll just, get a bag of walnuts and sit there and crack them and eat them just like they are. They're so good. Any kind of walnut, I don't care. My grandmother had a black walnut tree in her backyard, huge tree, and it drops those big green. If you get hit on the head by them, they hurt. Those big green, the walnuts are in that green, have that green coating on them, and they're heavy. I've been hit on the head with several of those things. That might explain a lot about me. I suffered several fairly serious head injuries as a child. Legitimately, I'm not even joking, I did. And it wasn't even related to the walnuts. That was peripheral, but yeah, I don't know I don't know. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. Well, I have heard, and I know I keep going off on a tangent, but I have misophonia as well as ASMR. I have heard that there may be a possible link between head trauma as a child and developing misophonia when you're older. If you suffer head trauma as a younger child, that's like preliminary stuff. Don't take my word for it, but I think some people are looking into that. Like there may be a link between head trauma and misophonia, which in my case would make sense. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, these little clusters look so yummy. So it's not just like coated walnuts. It looks like they have chopped walnuts mixed together with these lovely flavors and forming these little clusters. So yeah, that's 6 ounces of maple, cinnamon, apple, walnut clusters. Oh, it just sounds so good. And it looks like I have one more little bag of treats, snacks. It's peanuts. I don't know that we've had any peanut products in a while. It's caramel apple peanuts. And they're coated with this crunchy coating that is caramel apple flavor from Lidl. And you see the little caramel cubes down here, and they're melting. And they've just coated these peanuts. Oh my goodness. I love those Boston baked beans peanuts with that candy coating on them. Oh, I love those. They're so good. But it's the kind of thing, though, I can only eat a little bit of it and then I don't want any more. I want like a handful, and then I couldn't sit down and eat a bunch of those things. But these are just whole peanuts coated with caramel apple flavor. And this bag is also resealable right here. You have your little, these are microscopic notches. There's one. That you tear off this top. It's sealed across here. And then you're going to have, it's going to open it up down here. And then when you get out what you want, and then you just seal it with this little seal right here. Little caramel apple peanuts. That's an 8-ounce bag. And they look so yummy. They have so many good treats for fall. But I didn't just get treats. I picked up some of the other stuff that they have too. And I don't know why I kept my receipt. I spent too much. But sometimes when I go into Lidl, I usually go in there for 3 things. I do. They have this pizza, this frozen pizza that my older son loves, and it is quite frankly the best frozen pizza I've ever eaten in my life. It's better than most fresh pizzas. I don't have one here in front of me, but it's a self-rising crust pepperoni pizza, and they're only $2. I think they're $2.79 each, and they're, hang on, I'll show you one. I got one in the freezer. Okay, here you go. I just grabbed this out of the freezer. Pepperoni, and they have other flavors, but I haven't tried the other ones. Self-rising crust pizza by Lidl. This is a 28.5-ounce pizza. Everything about this pizza is the best. The crust, the sauce, the cheese, the pepperoni. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I'm telling you, and it's cheap. And it is so good. It is incredibly good. I will make these for the kids. My younger son doesn't like them as much. He's not a big fan of frozen pizza, but he'll eat it. I can't resist. I'll always cut a little piece of it for myself. I've been trying not to eat so much stuff like this, but we will make these on occasion. It smells so good, and it's fantastic. And I'm not a big frozen pizza person, but this right here, if you ever get a chance to try one, definitely try it. And they do have other flavors. I don't know what they are. This is the only one we ever get though. And they're $2.79, and sometimes they're even cheaper than that. They're fabulous. So when I go into Lidl, I stock up on these. I'll get 5 or 6 of these. And I get their pre-made salads. And watermelon. Their cut watermelon is so delicious. It's so good. So I go in there for pizza, watermelon, and salads. Normally I don't get all this, but when I saw they had this out, I had to get it. I wanted to try it, and I wanted to show it to you as well. So I'm going to pop this back in the freezer, and then we will look at some of the non-snack items. Okay, now we have a wide variety of interesting things here. Now, I love salsa. I love to try different kinds. This is a very interesting one. Now, this is not a Lidl brand. This is Mrs. Renfro's pumpkin salsa. Oh my goodness, it's from Fort Worth, Texas. And I'm assuming that's Mrs. Renfro, a little picture of a lady there. Pioneering, award-winning, homegrown. It's kind of a thin salsa. It's kind of thin. Mrs. Renfro's pioneering flavors have earned global acclaim. Founded in a little garage in Fort Worth, Texas by Mr. and Mrs. George Renfro in 1940, were still run by the Renfro kids and grandkids. Well, that's interesting. It looks like it's a medium as far as like the heat, whether it's hot or not. A pumpkin salsa. Very nice. It's a little 16-ounce glass jar of pumpkin salsa. And I can honestly say I've never tried pumpkin salsa. This should be pretty interesting. Right now I'm in love with the pineapple salsa they have at Aldi. I'm addicted to that stuff. It is so good. My kids think it's nasty. I think it's really good. I love it. But we also have, look at this, organic maple butter. And this is by Lidl. It's a cute little glass jar. It's square. It has a little rounded thing on the bottom. This is organic maple butter, non-GMO. Little glass jar. This is 9.5 ounces, and you can see that it's separated So you probably have to mix it a bit before you use it. It's just like, growing up we only had raw milk, and you have your skim milk, and it's got all the fat skimmed off, but whenever you get it out of the refrigerator, it's always separated a little bit. So you'd have to take the container and shake it before you poured it. And to this day, when I take a gallon of milk out of the refrigerator, I catch myself shaking it. Because I just grew up, that's what you do when you take the milk out of the refrigerator. Ooh, it's fat-free. I wouldn't have expected that. It's definitely not a health food. It has a lot of sugar in it. But, yeah, organic maple butter. Of course, it's not literal butter, so, yeah. Maple syrup, I don't imagine, has fat in it. But, yeah, it's cute. It has a little lid on it here. You probably have to refrigerate it after you open it. But I thought that would be nice to try on some pancakes or waffles or something like that. A little bit of maple butter. We even have a couple of spaghetti sauces with the fall theme. These are from Lidl, Autumn Harvest, not our harvest. This is an Autumn Harvest pasta sauce, a hearty blend of tomato, cream, red bell pepper, butternut squash, and zucchini. Ooh, it's thick. It's reasonably thick pasta sauce. This is a glass jar, 24 ounces, and it looks yummy. See, it's not as dark as some spaghetti sauces. With the ingredients in it, I would imagine it wouldn't be terribly dark with, tomatoes and bell peppers, butternut squash, and zucchini. It looks yummy. It's a nice little jar of Autumn Harvest pasta sauce from Lidl. Or you can just get a butternut squash pasta sauce. This is a rich and creamy blend of sweet butternut squash and savory spices. And I do like butternut squash in certain things. I've never tried it in a spaghetti sauce, so I'll try anything. I'll see if it's good or not. You never know till you try. This is also 24 ounces, and we have the pretty fall scene, just like on the snacks. You have your little trees back here, and it's just, the leaves are changing, and everything just looks so colorful for fall. They have theirs on some ravioli. So it looks pretty good to me. It wasn't much. I think they were only $2.49 each, or maybe a little bit less than that. And if you like butternut squash, they also have these single servings of soup. What's a home-style kettle bisque. Ooh, and I guess you just heat it up right here in this little container. This is from Savvy Fair. Savvy Fair, which I guess is not an Aldi, Lidl brand. No, it's not. This is a private company. This is a 15.5 ounce container of butternut squash, home-style kettle bisque. And you can see it in there. And here you can see the little seal is peeking out that you can remove before you heat it up. 280 calories in here, 9 grams of fat. And this beautiful butternut squash, home-style kettle bisque. It looks really good. So many goodies to try. Like, I could just spread it out. I could try a couple every week or something like that. Now, here's another thing I really enjoy in the wintertime, and that is spiced apple cider. You get 10 pouches in here. It says that it's rich in vitamin C, and this is from Alpine. We see the little Alpine label, the little name up here. This is an original instant drink mix. You probably just add it to hot water. They also have some little instructions on the back for making mulled spiced cider, caramel apple hot toddy, or an apple pie shake. That looks interesting. So you can take these little packets and make other things. It's very simple. We have our little directions on the side. Empty contents of pouch into a cup. Fill with 6 to 8 fluid ounces of hot water. stir quickly to dissolve. You have your hot apple cider that fast. I love this stuff too, especially if I'm feeling a little under the weather, or if you kind of just feel chilly. Sometimes in the winter it's like I get cold and I just feel like I can't warm up. Something like this is perfect. Kind of warms you up from the inside. It's like a nice hug. Spiced apple cider from Alpine. And you do get 10 packets, 10 pouches of apple cider mix in this box. Everything here came from the seasonal food aisle. It was all together, all right there, like a half an aisle. And I just went and picked one of each. You can also get tea. You can get flavored little tea bags too. Now these are from Lidl. You can get pumpkin spice flavored black tea from Lidl. 20 tea bags in here. And it gives you the little preparation instructions in case you don't know how to make tea. You bring fresh cold water to a rolling bowl. Pour 6 to 8 fluid ounces of water over a tea bag and steep for 3 to 5 minutes. Remove tea bag and enjoy. Yeah, and it has this the same little blurb that we read before about the fresh autumn offerings at Lidl. This box is perforated down at the bottom, and there's a little hole here where you punch through and you pull it down, and the box then turns into a dispenser for your little pumpkin spice black tea bags. Black tea. This is a total of 1.41 ounces, and you do get 20 tea bags in this box. A limited time offer from Lidl. It's a Lidl brand. Or maybe you want to make a dessert for yourself. You can do that too. Now this is from Pillsbury, so this is not a Lidl brand. Perfectly Pumpkin Cookie Mix. When I first spotted it, I thought it was cake mix because I saw it like this, but it's cookies. And look, you can even put frosting on them. I don't know that I would do that. I'm not a big fan of frosting on cookies. It always seems to be excessive, But it's Moist Supreme Perfectly Pumpkin Cookie Mix. And here we have the little Pillsbury Doughboy. He's not naked this time. Is he normally naked except for his chef's hat and a little ascot? Very sassy. Like, ooh la la. No, he's smiling. He's happy. And he has on overalls with his hat, his little scarf and his hat. And he's carrying 3 pumpkins stacked up. He's very excited about these little cookies. Perfectly Pumpkin Cookies. So what do you need for this? You need a stick of butter and an egg. And you basically just mix everything together and put them onto an ungreased baking sheet 2 inches apart. And you bake them for 10 minutes. Oh, they also have a cream cheese frosting. Now, I did see some frosting right next to this, but I didn't get it because, if I'm going to make these, I wouldn't put frosting on them anyway. Because then it seems to me you don't really taste the cookie. All you can taste is the frosting. You can cut out cookies. You can make marshmallow cupcakes. So you can go to PillsburyBaking.com and find other uses for this mix. But this is a 17.5 ounce box of Pillsbury Perfectly Pumpkin Cookie Mix. And again, it's limited edition. The little tag up here on top of the pumpkin tells you that. Yummy. And Cheerios. Now we had pumpkin spice Cheerios from Aldi, but look, and they had that at Lidl too. But they also had maple Cheerios. And I love maple. I do. I love maple syrup, like real maple syrup. Oh my God. It's so good. This is the large size, and this is General Mills, of course, makes Cheerios. This is a 14.2 ounce box of Cheerios, but maple flavor. Now, I eat cereal dry just as a snack. I cannot wait to, I do look forward to trying these. They are enlarged to show detail. They're not quite that big in real life. Oh, they even have a game on the back. Connect the buckets. Start here. Not all of these 40 buckets of sap are the same. Starting from the top of the bucket maze, place a maple Cheerios O on each of the matching buckets. When you are complete, you will have created a path filling the bottle of maple syrup. And they even have a maple fun fact up here. Did you know that it takes 40 gallons of sap from a maple tree to create 1 gallon of maple syrup? I did not know that. Well, this is made with real maple syrup. So I wonder how much it took to make this box. Probably not much, honestly. I'm sure they make it go a long way when it comes to flavoring stuff like this. Because maple syrup is not cheap. So yeah, maple Cheerios. And this is another thing that you can't find all the time. Although anymore there are like a million flavors of Cheerios. So you're not wanting for variety. Now this is not food, but I saw this. This was part of their fall decorations. Their little clip-on decorations. They're little birds. Look at them. And they had some that were more of a blue and green color. I got these because there's this pink wreath I want to make with some of the stuff we got at Dollar Tree. And I thought that, see, these birds are in different shades of pink, and then you have this really pretty purple one up here. I thought a couple of these would work for my pink wreath that I want to do as little decorations. They're just perfect. But you get 6 little clip-on birds that have little roach clips on them. And you can clip them onto whatever you want to. I may clip some into my Christmas tree. I don't know. But I got them mainly for that pink wreath when I ever get around to making it, which I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. We also have 2 types of instant oatmeal, also limited edition. This is pecan pie instant oatmeal, and I love pecan pie. Oh, it's so good. Heart healthy oats. 8 pouches in this box, and it is from Lidl. And they have several different types of instant oatmeal packets like this. This one is all pecan pie. You can get 8 of them in here. 24 grams of whole grain per serving. And I bet that smells so good when you heat it up. Oh my word. I love pecans. I love them just by themselves. That's another, I'll just sit there and eat them. It's so good. So yeah, pecan pie instant oatmeal. That is a total of 9.52 ounces in the box. Or if you're not interested in that, we also have pumpkin spice instant oatmeal. I'm a little bit more excited about the pecan pie. I think that's going to be really good. But you can also get pumpkin spice instant oatmeal, and it's from Lidl. This is also 8 pouches of oatmeal in here, 9.84 ounces. A little bit heavier than the pecan pie, slightly. 24 grams of whole grain per serving. And on the side is a little flap here that you open. You take your envelope out and tuck this back in, and it closes up for you. This is another limited edition item from Lidl. Yeah, they had more variety of stuff like that than I think Aldi did. They did. They just had more variety. The last thing I have to show you is a great big box of K-Cups. It's K-Cups. These are light roast. They are flavors of fall coffee, and it's a variety pack. This box contains 36 K-Cups, the little things like you use in your Keurig. We have cinnamon bun, pumpkin spice, pecan pie, apple crumb donut, and you get 9 of each. Sounds really yummy. Flavors of fall, coffee, and these are from Lidl. A little variety pack, a little limited edition item here with some beautiful flavors. It's just such a nice variety. I think it's just perfect for fall. These, I think this box was $9.99, so it was $10 for 36 cups of light roast coffee with the flavors of fall in a really nice variety pack. It's a grand total of 12 ounces in this box. It's a nice big sturdy cardboard box with the designs all the way around. And course, like all the stuff, they have tons of barcodes everywhere except the very front. And there's even one on the top and one on the bottom. So it's a lovely variety. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed seeing all these fantastic items that they have at Lidl for fall. Now, they were just putting this stuff out when I got there. In fact, there was one thing I wanted to get, but they didn't have a price for it yet, so I wasn't able to get it. It was similar to this maple butter. It was something kind of like this, but they couldn't sell it to me because they literally didn't know how much it was. Maybe they'll get it worked out. But it's a nice variety of things. If you have a Lidl near you, definitely go check it out. It's a lot of good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you have a great day, and I will see you again soon.